Hello, and welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Have you ever just stopped and listened? I mean, really listened? Beyond the traffic, beyond the chatter, there's another world of sound all around us. A constant symphony that tells a story. What if I told you that by listening to this symphony, we could take the pulse of our entire planet? Today, we're diving into the incredible world of acoustic ecology, the science of listening to nature's secrets. So, what exactly is acoustic ecology? Imagine an orchestra. You have the string section, the brass, the percussion. Each plays its part. In nature, it's the same. The dawn chorus of birds, the rhythmic clicks of shrimp on a coral reef, even the rustle of leaves in the wind. This vibrant acoustic tapestry is what scientists are now tuning into. Using super-sensitive electronic ears placed in forests, oceans, and deserts, they're monitoring the health of ecosystems without ever disturbing the wildlife. This method is called passive acoustic monitoring, or PM. It's like being the ultimate spy in the wild, gathering intelligence 24/7. This whole idea didn't just come from scientists in lab coats. It actually has roots in music. Back in the late 1960s, a Canadian composer named R. Murray Schafer worried about how much noisier our world was becoming. He started something called the World Soundscape Project to document the sounds of different places. Around the same time, a musician and bioacoustician named Bernie Krause had a brilliant insight. He proposed the acoustic niche hypothesis. It's the idea that in a healthy ecosystem, different animals evolve to make sounds at different frequencies and times, just so they can all be heard. Think of it as nature's way of making sure no one's singing over anyone else in the choir. Krause's recordings are now priceless archives, some containing the only evidence of what a now extinct ecosystem sounded like: a ghost symphony. To make sense of all this noise, scientists break it down into three categories. First, you have biophony. That's all the sounds made by living things. Birds, frogs, insects, whales, you name it. Then there's geophony, the non-living sounds. Think wind, rain, waves crashing, and earth rumbling. And finally, there's anthrophony. That's us. The sounds of human activity, like traffic, airplanes, and industry. By analyzing how these three sound sources interact, researchers can get a clear picture of an ecosystem's health and how much we're impacting it. Okay, so how do they actually capture these sounds? The heroes of this story are autonomous recording devices. These are rugged little boxes with microphones, or hydrophones if they're underwater, that can be left out in the wild for months or even years. Some, like the audio moth, are low-cost and open source, which has made these huge studies possible for more people. But listening is just the first step. The real challenge is analyzing thousands upon thousands of hours of audio. You can't have a researcher sitting there with headphones on for a decade. So they turn the sound into a picture called a spectrogram. It plots frequency against time so you can literally see the different bird calls or insect buzzes. And this is where the real magic happens: artificial intelligence. Machine learning models, like one called BirdNet, can be trained to automatically sift through all that data and identify the calls of over 3,000 bird species. It's a game changer. And the results are absolutely mind-blowing. In Brazil's Atlantic forest, recorders are tracking the return of wildlife to reforested areas, capturing the sounds of 178 different species, proving the restoration is working. In Texas, they detected the endangered golden-cheeked warbler and are studying how highway noise affects it. But my favorite story comes from the ocean. Scientists found that healthy coral reefs are noisy places, full of snapping shrimp and munching parrotfish. Degraded, dying reefs are eerily quiet. So they had an idea. What if they played the sounds of a healthy reef on underwater speakers in a degraded area? The result was astonishing. Twice as many fish were attracted to the reefs with the fake sounds and the diversity of species jumped by 50%. They literally lured life back with a soundtrack. This same technology is used to track the last few vaquita porpoises in the Gulf of California and to help ships avoid colliding with migrating right whales in the Atlantic. Of course, it's not all easy. There's a ton of data to store and process, and sometimes the wind or rain can drown out the animal calls. But the future is incredibly exciting. AI is getting smarter. Soon we might be able to identify not just species, but individual animals by their voice. And with cheap sensors, we could create a global network providing a real-time acoustic map of biodiversity. Best of all, you can get involved. Citizen science projects are popping up, using devices like the audio moth to let volunteers help collect data, like a project in California that maps bird diversity, or one in London studying how road noise affects insects. In a world where we're losing species at an alarming rate, the ability to listen to the planet is more vital than ever. Acoustic ecology gives us a powerful new tool, a way to understand the health of our world and see if our conservation efforts are actually working. It reminds us that there's a complex, beautiful symphony of life happening all around us, all the time. All we have to do is learn how to listen. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online. Until next time, keep your ears open.